stream due to the fact that your boy basically pretty much fell asleep just beforehand. So yes, welcome to the Liverpool live stream. So you get to see how the sausage is made as I go to the command centre. Yes, many apologies that I'm like a couple of minutes late. Those of you who followed me know that I'm not the most organised person in the world. So we're just going to do this on the fly. So many apologies. I will try and find my equipment from somewhere. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Right. Cool. Yes, so welcome to the Liverpool live stream. It's going to be a bit of a preview of Galatasaray, a general chat. Sorry if I'm out of breath. I've also just come back from the gym as well. So, yes, obviously I really look like I've come back from the gym. Yeah, I'm just going to find my stand to make this a bit more professional. Yeah, while I'm getting myself organised, so folks, basically, sorry, I'm usually more organised than this if you're listening to this, but yep, nearly there. Right, basically, this stream, I can't imagine it's going to be hugely successful after the start I've just made, but nevertheless, this stream will be on YouTube podcasts. There we are, got the stand there. Right, while I'm getting set up, you have a look at my room. There we go. I've actually redone it recently. Check that out. Got a chain yesterday. I'm actually going to do a video on that as well, so... Right, nearly there. Nearly there. And of course the light is now getting in the way. Right, this is the most disastrous start I've ever made to one of these, but just bear with me one more second. And I should be... There we go. Right, just trying to get a good angle for this. There we go, cool. Right, yes, again, hello everyone. Welcome to the Liverpool live stream. Sorry for the chaotic start. As I say, had this all planned out. Said goodbye to the missus this morning. Got all my stuff ready, and then decided to have another 20 minutes sleep, get myself a bit rested, a bit relaxed, and basically I then proceeded to fall asleep, and long story short, had literally just got up a few minutes ago after going to the gym earlier as well. So yeah, bit of a disastrous start, but yeah. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Like I said, this will be on YouTube podcast, and it'll be on YouTube video should they not ban me for the horrendously abysmal start to said live stream. But yes, there we go. So yeah, Liverpool. Obviously it's been 48 hours now, more or less, give or take, since the disastrous match against Crystal Palace, and now that calmer heads have prevailed, you can kind of argue yourself into a point where it's not a disaster. It's not cool, don't get me wrong, because we were royally beaten by Crystal Palace. I mean, there's no other way of saying it, basically. It was a shambolic performance. Obviously the lads didn't chuck it, and I never accused them of doing so, but it was dreadful, let's have it right, and Crystal Palace thoroughly deserved the win, simple as that. But in the cold light of day, if you'd had offered me 15 points, one defeat, bearing in mind we played Arsenal, played Newcastle, played Atletico Madrid, Merseyside derby, if you'd offered me 16 points and a win in the Champions League and progression in the League Cup, it's probably very likely that I would have taken it, to be quite honest. So, yeah, I think my most annoying thing, as I said on the live stream on Saturday. Oh, let me just say hello to some people. Hi, Joe. Oh, good grief, I can't see. Hi, Jade. Hello, you alright? And Bile B. Hi, Bile. How you doing? Yeah, I think, folks, to be honest, my most annoying thing. Sorry, let me just see if I can adjust this again. Just bear me a second, because that was my selfie stick, by the way, which is actually broken. There you go. Cool. So you can actually see my cool geek room now. I'd usually have the stream on the opposite side where all my Liverpool stuff is, but our you know those Villex curtains that you get, one of them has decided to break, and basically the sun's shining through and you won't be able to see anything anyway. So yes, I'm having to sit on this side of the room at the moment. Anyway, but yeah, look, we came very close to getting a draw from an appalling performance. Obviously, if we get a draw against Palace, it keeps a bit of a gap. As it is, Palace have now closed in on us, and also, obviously, yesterday, which is the main thing probably to talk about today, Arsenal for once took advantage and they closed on us as well. Now, the good thing is we already own the win against Arsenal, so technically, if they have to now beat us at the Emirates, whatever happens, to redress that balance. My concern is with yesterday with Arsenal. So I went to go and watch the last 20 minutes because I was in town doing some filming and buying these lovely things that I've just bought that I was showing you a minute ago. I mean, after 88 minutes, I'd got myself a glass of wine. I'd literally just walked into the pub and thought to myself, right, Newcastle should be safe for at least a draw. And before I'd finished my glass of wine, Newcastle had contrived to throw away 3 points and didn't even get none. Now, having seen the highlights again, Newcastle didn't deserve anything, to be honest. I mean, look, call a spade a spade. I know a lot of us have our issues with Arsenal, but they played very well. You can't dress it up any way than that. They played very well and they deserve to win the football match as far as I'm concerned. So if Newcastle had got anything, it would have been a tad under. To be honest, it was. I wouldn't say it was like us against Palace because our performance was rubbish. But if Newcastle got a win out of that, it would have probably have been a travesty. The trouble is with that is that game. I think if Arsenal don't win that game, I think a lot of doubts creep in because obviously they had the result against us, the result against City. Newcastle for them typically is a big game away at St James's. Obviously they've had huge trouble there recently in the last 2 or 3 years. I mean, if they'd lost that game, I think, I wouldn't say it would have been title race over, but I mean, you think they've still got to play us at the Emirates, they've got to go to Man City, they'd have to, I don't know, go to Villa. Obviously, they've got the North London derbies that they haven't even played yet. So you started to think out of all those fixtures, like, are they going to do it? The fact they got a last-minute winner. Look, you have to call a spade and say fair play to them. They kept going, so fair play to Arsenal. They didn't give up and they just went for it. One thing I would say about the entire weekend that I'm not happy about. Sorry, I've usually got a script for these things, so I'm just going to shoot from the hip today. I'm not one for complaining about referees at all. It's like, look, if we lose a football match, it's Liverpool's fault most of the time, give or take. Liverpool deserved nothing, just to be clear, against Crystal Palace. They were awful, absolutely appalling. And fair play to Palace. They are the second best team in England at the minute. I mean, I don't really think you can argue with it. I mean, the body of work speaks for themselves. I mean, literally, I think that was their 19th game undefeated, in which time, technically, they've won 2 trophies and are in Europe. And they've done all this without Eze. They've got some very, very good players. I mean, that, I can never pronounce his name, but that Lacroix guy, is it Lacroix? He's very, very good. I also like Munoz, I think his name is. Very, very good footballer. Mateta, I tell you what, I know he didn't score. I think he's an excellent player. He's one of those I would imagine if he played. You'd imagine if he was playing for a Champions League football club, with no disrespect to Palace, you could see him getting 20 odd goals a season with better service. Obviously, has to do a lot of donkey work for Palace in terms of holding the ball up and stuff. But it's not one of these. I don't like this thing of Palace being referred to as like 11 men behind the ball. They play some very, very good football. Very, very good technical players. But to go back to the original point, in terms of the refereeing this weekend and the damage that it's caused Liverpool, don't get me wrong, the throw-in was horrendously defended. Why we were going, like I said, to try and win the match, I have absolutely no idea based on that performance. I mean, look, if they'd given it a little bit of a go and then the referee put up 6 minutes, I would have just been saying personally, look, lads, we've been battered here. Shut up shop, bring Endo on, see the game out, escape with a point and go, blimey, we've got away with that one. And you move on to Galatasaray. What they were doing at that throw-in is beyond me. What Milos Kerkez was doing, I don't know what the defence were doing when it couldn't be initially cleared. I have no idea. Don't get me wrong, Nketiah, it's a fantastic finish, but I mean, it was a shambles. And look, we've been getting away with it the whole season, which is one of the things I was going to point out. Fair play to the lads, they've dug in, they've got themselves over the line, but if you're being completely honest, how many times have we played really well this season? 40 minutes against Bournemouth, shambolic against Newcastle, very lucky to win that. Arsenal, very good defensive display, not the most entertaining football I've ever seen. Burnley, it was what it was. They were playing against like the lowest of low blocks that you've ever seen in your life. Who did we have after that? Was it Atletico? I think it was Atletico, wasn't it? First half, I thought Liverpool were excellent. Second half, rubbish, basically. Everton, same thing. First half, thought they were sensational. Second half, absolute garbage. The Southampton match was what it was. It was all right. It was a second string team, so you can kind of understand that. And then, obviously, Palace, they were horrendous. So you add all that up, and I mean, that's what, 1.5 good games of football out of 8 matches. We were always going to come unstuck at some point. And if you take away the last minute winners, which obviously is a stupid thing to say, but if you did take away those last minute winners, I mean, we would be in serious, serious trouble right now. So, yeah, look, for me, it was always going to happen. And I just hope the lads have learned from it. But what I was going to say was, sorry, I'm going all over the place at the minute. The standard of refereeing and some of the decisions that Liverpool have been involved in and consequentially involved in terms of rivals, I mean, I don't even have the words. So I've looked back at the Liverpool thing against Palace, and it's not me being a conspiracy theorist. It's just literally, if you are that bothered, just go and look at it yourselves. Referee puts up 6 minutes. Fair enough. Game ends 98-30. Something along them lines anyway. At that point, during the extra time period, I believe I'm right in saying there were 2 substitutions. That's 30 seconds apiece. I think there was 1 stoppage, maybe at an absolute push. The referee is missing a minute. It's as simple as that. And I mean, he literally blew immediately when Nketiah scored. Now, I'm not one of these, the referee's been played off by the PGML. I was like, look, guys, I'm an old man. Look, there isn't a conspiracy theory, a conspiracy going on the PGMOL to deny Liverpool the title. Because, look, we're not Arsenal fans. Let's have it right. But, sorry, Arsenal fans. I don't mean that. But yeah, there is no grand conspiracy theory of any kind whatsoever. However, I would like to know where on earth Mr. Cavana found that extra minute from and his justification for the extra minute, because there clearly is not an extra 2.5 minutes. And taking into account the Crystal Palace celebrations, I mean, why was the... I mean, do we not get a bit of extra time for the celebrations, or was it due to finish just exactly on 98.36, whatever it was? I mean, it's appalling. It's absolutely appalling, to be honest. But obviously, we've got away with a couple of bits and pieces ourselves. I didn't think the referee is very good, to be quite frank. Is it a handball by Mo? I have to be honest. I'm a bit torn, but if that was given against Liverpool and there was a handball, like it looked like Salah did, I would not be best pleased. So it is what it is. So, and at the end of the day, as I say, Liverpool did not deserve to get anything out of the match. The one that I take exception to is yesterday with the Newcastle and Arsenal match. Now, look, I think the cold light of day, Arsenal deserved a pen for the Gyökeres thing. I think he's dived, quite honestly, but Nick Pope, who had, I don't know if Nick Pope was out on the ale the night before. I really don't, but he looked drunk, basically. Like, I don't know what the man thought he was doing, but it was like some sort of comedy sketch performance. He's probably single-handedly cost Newcastle that entire game. So, yeah, you could say Arsenal were unlucky. There was nothing wrong with the first goal. It's just bad defended by Newcastle, blah, 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 blah. What happened before the goal, which I'll get onto in a minute, when Anthony Elanga crosses that ball in, Gabriel literally raises his hand, like this. Hits his hand clearly. And they go to Stockley Park, and the VAR people are like, oh yeah, it's not intentional. Since this is a Liverpool stream, I'm just going to end by saying this. Utter and complete nonsense. Absolute nonsense. It's a handball, it's a penalty to Newcastle. End of discussion. Simple as that. That puts Newcastle 2-1 up. If, I don't know if Jacob Murphy takes penalty or whoever else or the new lad they've got up front, Arsenal lose the football match. 2 minutes later, Gabriel scores. I mean, swig of tea for the working man. Let's have a look. Oh, you know Saddam Hussein? No, Abdullah, I don't. Leave me alone. Holla, leave me alone. Yeah, so Arsenal get the win, but it's just like, well, I mean, what are we doing here? And the other thing as well. Oh, hi Lily, how you doing? You all right? The other thing I was going to say was, sorry, I know this is a Liverpool live stream. I'll get off Newcastle in a minute. Nick Pope. If I had been in his presence yesterday, I could have throttled him. Quite honestly, I mean, I don't know if any of you guys saw the match, but basically, Pope catches the ball. This is just before the. Leave me alone. I am a Liverpool fan, mate. Yes, of 36 years. Nick Pope catches the ball, grabs it. 96 minutes played. All he's got to do is hold onto the ball. 20 seconds. Boot it down the other end of the field. Newcastle get the point. Liverpool get out of jail. Brilliant. Everyone's happy. What he does instead is get the ball and he throws it straight to an Arsenal player, aiming for a Newcastle player, obviously. And I was just like, but then it went for a corner and Nick Pope was having to go at his defenders. And I was like, what is he talking about? And then Newcastle conceded the 2 goals. Like I said, I don't know if Nick Pope is a secret Arsenal fan, but if he is, I mean, he did a bloody good job yesterday. So I'm sure he's a lovely bloke, but Nick Pope, you are a pillock, basically. I could say a hell of a lot worse. I really could, but I don't want to be swearing and effing and jeffing if there are any kids watching. But yes, you can imagine, let me put it this way, you can imagine some of the comments that were hurled from the Liverpool fans in the pub yesterday at the Gentleman. We'll just leave it at that. Anywho, so basically, long story short, Liverpool after this weekend are still, look, we're still 2 points clear at the end of the day. And the thing I keep reminding people about, it's September. I mean, the Arsenal fans are going mental. Man City like, yeah, we're right back in this, we can do it. And most Liverpool fans, yeah, I know, obviously a lot of us aren't pleased. It's probably because we're champions. Most of us are just like, guys, it's October tomorrow. It's not April. Like, just chill out, basically. So, look, obviously it's not good, but it's really, really early, to be honest. I mean, it is a shame Liverpool's got the 3 points, because had we got it and then Newcastle had kept the ball, we would probably be give or take 7 points clear. I think, give or take. So look, we have missed a massive opportunity there, but it's still early in the season. I'm sure we'll be fine. Anyone who was expecting us to do what we did last season, look, it's not going to happen this. If Liverpool win the title this season, it's last 2 to 3 games, possibly even the last game. If Liverpool are out of it, I can see Arsenal and Man City last game. Who knows? Maybe even Crystal Palace. I mean, there was one thing actually I was going to say. Is no disrespect to Palace. I'm really pleased for them, to be fair, because they're a top football club. Decent fans. Apart from that Jota thing, that was not cool. But obviously, a lot of their fans did call the blokes out. It would be astonishingly hilarious if Liverpool lost the title and Arsenal are about to win the title, but they got pipped by Crystal Palace. Like, literally, I'll just say, can you imagine Arsenal fan TV? I mean, it would almost be worth it to have Liverpool not win the title just to see the reaction if Arsenal lost the title to Crystal Palace or even Sunderland. One of those two would be brilliant, but I can't see that happening, to be fair. Yeah, so that's enough about the Crystal Palace. Let me just have a look. Lily again. I am right. Oh, you're right. I'm just saying in the background you said leave me alone if you want to. Or did he say that to you? I'm just saying in the background you said. Oh no! It's the name of the person is "Leave Me Alone." Lily. Sorry, I've just realised how that sounded. No. The person I was just interacting with is called "Leave Me Alone." Sorry, I wasn't referring to you. Yes, that is the background, by the way. Like I said, if anyone's joining, I do apologise, folks, that it's very sort of horror superhero-y. Basically, just over that way, I've got all my Liverpool things, but like I said, I know this is a really stupid thing to say, and I do apologise. Mine and the missus's Villex curtains broke over the weekend, so we tried to replace them, and there's like a small gap, and unfortunately, the one place in sunshine in the command centre, which is actually a third bedroom, don't tell anyone. The one place there's a crack of light happens to be just above the Liverpool place where I usually film. So yes, so today you get Jason Voorhees and Galactus and Thor. So yeah, apologies about that. Leave Me Alone, 5 years. Oh, nice one, mate. I didn't go because my granddad died. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Very sorry. Condolences, mate. Rest in peace. Let me have a look. Apparently Liverpool getting striker. Are we? Oh, thank you, Mayo 501. That's a new one on me. Timmy Tough Knuckles. I am Timmy Tough Knuckles. Hello, Timmy Tough Knuckles. I'm just trying to see if that's a euphemism. No, it's not, is it? ACJ. Oh, this is an interesting one. You look alike actor Gustavo from BB. Give me a second. Gustavo. BB's big brother? Okay, cool, fine. So anyway. Oh, Breaking Bad. As in I haven't got one of his action figures. Let me see if I've got Star Wars. No. As in Grand Moff from that was the Mandalorian, but you get what I mean. As in Thingy. I forgot his bloody name now. Who was also in Captain America as well. Lots of other different films, and he's one of my favourite actors, and I've completely forgotten his name. If you mean that, that's a huge compliment, so thank you. Sorry, let me just put my Star Wars thing back. So the Crystal Palace things, folks, look, it's one of these. It's done, we move on, the end. In terms of Galatasaray, then moving forward, it's going to have to be a hell of a big improvement. Sorry, let me just finish my tea quickly. I'll be getting onto that in a minute. It's going to have to be a hell of a big improvement. So the Reds have just done a training session. I think it finished about 40 minutes ago, an hour ago, something like that. Arne Slot's doing his press conference at 7 this evening, so I might be back on. If not, I'll do like some highlights from the press conference. But yeah, he's on about 7 o'clock. I don't know who which player will be going along with them, because UEFA usually insist on a player and a manager doing the presser. I don't know, it might be Andy Robertson or someone like that. So yeah, I might be back on a little bit later with that. In terms of the Galatasaray match, I've already said I would change the team. I have not, no. Yeah, in terms of the team, so I'll just go through my team off the top of my head, because like I said, I had notes on my computer and I've neglected to look at them. But I would go with, this might surprise everyone, I go with Mamardashvili, pure for the reason is I would give Alisson Becker a rest. We need to protect this guy, and obviously Ali is susceptible to injuries, so I would play Mamardashvili personally. I'd go Bradley. I'd actually go Andy Robertson. I think Kirkes. Look, I've been quite supportive of him, but I think perhaps it might be an idea if he was taken out of the limelight at least for a couple of matches, because he played very well against Everton and Arsenal. But I mean, he's now making mistakes that have. He's made mistakes that have nearly cost us, and he's now made a huge mistake at the weekend that has actually cost us football. I know there are other people involved, obviously, but his defending at that throw-in was atrocious. So I'd go with Robertson, Van Dijk, and this is the controversial one. I would drop Ibu Konate, and before you come to my house with burning pitchforks, let's have it right. He's not played well this season. I mean, there's a couple of matches he's done all right in. I thought Arsenal was superb. I'm not going to say he looks distracted, but he looks very in and out at the minute to me in terms of his general performances are fine. It's his level of concentration. Like I still, that goal against Bournemouth was the second one that my countryman. Mr. Semenyo, thank you, Semenyo, for that. I'm sorry, I'm half Ghanaian, so I was pleased he dealt with the racial abuse, but I was not so pleased that he scored 2 goals against us at the Annie Road end. But still, when Semenyo's running all the way through, like, and Ibu's done this a couple of times this season. I don't know if he's got an injury or something like that. He's carrying on, whether he's just lost a bit of confidence. He could have come out to face Semenyo, and he just keeps backtracking. And then Semenyo scores. Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, I'm half Ghanaian, so I'm a bit biased. The Semenyo finish was class. It's possibly one of the best goals of the season, in my opinion. Shout out to Ghana, by the way. But, I mean, the defending was borderline comical, to be honest. I mean, I think Verge has been pretty decent this season. I mean, he's not exactly... I think he's been probably one of our best players, but it's not like he hasn't made a couple of mistakes either. But he's been way more consistent from Konate. So on that basis, I would have Joe Gomez playing at centre back. Now, the issue I've got with my own selection is with Joe Gomez, and I don't mean this offensively to him. He's a lovely bloke and he's been a great player for this club. He's just not reliable, and if he goes off injured, I mean, we're down to what, technically just about 3. Your other option is you put Endo at centre back. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, Endo at centre back." Look, guys, he's played like 400 games at centre back if you go through his record. And whenever he's played centre back for Liverpool, I mean, he's maybe he's been responsible for 1 goal at a push. I think he's been very good at centre back. So, look, if it needs to be Wataru who comes in, I personally wouldn't have an issue with that at all, to be quite honest. But I would take Ibu out for this, and I would get him. Basically, I would get him fit for the Chelsea game. Is what I would do, because as far as I'm concerned now, that Chelsea game takes priority. Obviously, it's not cool if Liverpool lose, because that would be 2 on the bounce. However, we've got 7 chances to get 3 wins and a draw. I mean, if Liverpool can't qualify for the Champions League against the likes of Karabag and PSV Eindhoven, again, very good football clubs, no offence to them, but Liverpool should be beating them. They don't deserve to get through to the last stage of the Champions League, simple as that anyway. So I would make some changes. I would have Sobbo and Gravenberch. I wouldn't have Alexis McAllister at the moment anywhere near that side. The guy isn't fit. It's as simple as that. He needs to proper rest and recuperate. And to be honest, I would be having a word with Argentina because obviously we've got yet another international break coming up soon. Hooray, great. Boo. The international break, I would, if I was Liverpool, and I don't, because Argentina, I believe, have already qualified for the World Cup, I would be saying to Argentina, right, he's not going, simple as that. And if Argentina turn around and say, oh, we're going to get you fined, I would just say, right, see you in court, simple as that. He does not go. So I would give Alexis literally 2 or 3 weeks of rest and get him back fit. In terms of Wirtz, I don't know if I'd start him, to be completely honest. I mean, I've been defending him most of the season. I mean, it was an abysmal performance. Don't get me wrong, no one played well against Palace, but the Wirtz performance was, I mean, wow. I mean, I don't even have the words. It was appalling, to be honest. It looked like I was watching a League Two player. I know he keeps denying it. The manager keeps denying it. The fans are supporting him, but I think it's quite obvious he's lost a tiny bit of confidence, and he's probably aware that he's not started the way that everyone was expecting. I would have Wirtz just on the bench, personally, for me. So I suppose basically if Wirtz and Mac are not playing, I'm maybe saying Curtis. I don't know. Maybe Curtis Jones. I mean, for a European away anyway, that might not be the worst idea in the world, because obviously we are going to have to defend quite a bit because Galatasaray are going to try and win the football match. In terms of up front, Hugo Ekitike comes straight back in. He's probably been our best player this season. I'd probably go with Gakpo, and the most controversial thing, which I'm sure you will all shout at me now for, I would go with Federico Chiesa. And yes, that does mean I'm dropping Mo Salah. Again, Mo has not played particularly well this season, and he was, I mean, I don't even have the words for that performance at the weekend. Terrible. But the thing about Chiesa is, and I put this on one of my shorts at the weekend, so far this season, Feddy's got 2 goals, 1 man of the match performance, 2 assists, and he's come on in 2 or 3 and affected the games from substitute. I mean, you're talking in terms of Liverpool numbers. I mean, I know Salah's got the most, obviously. Well, I think Salah and Ekitike are tied, I think. In fact, Ekitike might have 1 more goal than Salah. I mean, in terms of pure impact, you know what I mean? In pure impact, I think Chiesa not only has a chance to start, and I think he should start, to be honest. I think the bloke's been absolutely brilliant. I mean, the way he's resurrected his career as well. I mean, you just look at these things sometimes in life. Obviously, again, with respect, I love the man very much, and I still miss him to this day. But obviously, a practical point of view, when Diogo obviously tragically passed away, rest in peace, mate. What if... God, I don't even know how to put this, to be honest. If Diogo was still here, and God, I wish he really was, because I love that man, would Federico Chiesa still be at the football club? I would probably suggest there's a very good chance he's not. He's got his Champions League place back through a leg break. And would he have gone in the transfer window had he not scored that last-minute goal against Bournemouth? There are a lot of these... It's like there's a thing with Chiesa where there's a lot of things that are like, I'm not saying going his way in terms of Diogo, I mean, God forbid, because I wouldn't say anything like that, but there's a lot of circumstances, shall we say, that are like leading him to I don't know how to phrase it without sounding really bad, basically, but there's a lot of things happening, and I think Chiesa actually has been one of Liverpool's best players this season. I don't think he's been as good as Gravenberch, Van Dijk, Ekitike, and so on and so forth. But I mean, outside of that bracket of 4 or 5, obviously Szoboszlai's been sensational other than the weekend. But out of that top bracket, I think you could probably make a case for saying Chiesa's probably been Liverpool's 7th or 8th best player in terms of his output. So yes, I would start Federico Chiesa. Look, at the end of the day, if we could get Chiesa to a place where he is an asset for Liverpool, £12 million, getting back into the Italian national team or whatever, then I mean, there's a hell of a bloody footballer there. I mean, even if Chiesa stays for the next 2 years and gets, I don't know, 7 or 8 goals a season and assists 4, that is fine. That's absolutely fine. I mean, it depends on Federico as well. I mean, obviously, he's still young. He's just turned 27, so he's got plenty of time on his hands. But, I mean, obviously, at 28, 29, he's probably going to be like, well, I want to be playing regular first-team football for a Champions League team. So maybe he might be gone at the end of the season, but why not use him while he's here? Like I said, I think the bloke's been brilliant this season. So, yes, I would start Federico Chiesa over Mo Salah. I think Mo desperately needs a rest. To be honest, he doesn't look fit. To be honest, for one thing, maybe it's just me. I don't know. I would just say to Mo, right, get through the match against Chelsea, go off with Egypt. I mean, I don't even know if Egypt will need Salah because they've already qualified. I think there's some talk about Salah not going because they've already qualified to like save his legs and stuff. Hopefully Egypt agree to that. If they don't, I know Salah likes to keep fit and everything and work himself. It might just be an idea for the medical department to say, no, look, just go on holiday with your family immediately after Chelsea. If Egypt haven't called you up, go on holiday, get yourself some rest, come back fit and refreshed, and then go and batter Man United after the fix. That's the other thing. Our next 2 matches after Gala are Chelsea at the weekend and Manchester United at home. We always struggle against Manchester United at home, apart from the 7-0 and this, that, and the other. And even if we win against Man United, it's always like some random thing. Well, it's like a 2-1 or a 3-1. Obviously, we had the 4-0 and the 7-0. But the 5-0 was away from home. I can't see that happening against Man United ever again. I think it was just a bit of a. I mean, obviously they were sensational, but those Man United players, no matter how rubbish they are, will never allow that sort of scoreline to happen again. So if Liverpool do beat Man United, you're talking it's 2-1, 1-0, 3-1, something along them lines. The Chelsea match, I am very worried about. I've got to be honest, because you don't know what you're going to get with Chelsea, but on the day they can hurt you. And I mean, Cole Palmer up against our defence in the minute. It's pretty scary, to be honest. So, yeah, let me just have a look at the comments, guys. Cause, sorry, I've just been waffling on to myself now. Charlie Bundy, he was solid last season. I know, Charlie. Yeah. Yeah, and I hate saying it about some of the lads who have done really, really well, but you've got to call a spade sometimes. Konate's not played well this season. It's simple as that. I don't think Mo's played well this season. I think Wirtz has been not as bad as everyone makes out, but he's not lit the world on fire. Kirkes has been poor. I think that's probably one of the problems. We've probably got 6 or 7 players who are playing moderately well to really well. And there's about 3 or 4 who are not playing well, and then there's the rest of the substitutes standing around going, well, why am I not playing for? Obviously, there's been a hell of a lot of movement, if you look. I mean, we've literally... There was a team that we had out the other day where, obviously not the Southampton one, but just a league match in general, where half the team was different from 3 months ago. So that's another thing you've got to give the lads a bit of time to gel. I'm sure they will do. Look, Liverpool will click at some point this season, but I think in terms of clicking, they might be looking at next year, to be honest, as in after January. I think Liverpool's thing now is, never mind the lead at the top of the table and this, that and the other, I think Liverpool this season need to just aim to be within 3 or 4 points of whoever it is, Arsenal or Man City, with 10 games to go. Providing we're within 3 or 4, they've got a chance, but I don't see them winning it by 10, 11 points or whatever we wanted with last season, put it that way. Unreal goals, yes, well, he is Ghanaian, and we are pretty cool. Hi AR, how you doing, mate? Big up Geek Boy Meta in chat, how are you? Smash the likes and subscribe, you'll never walk alone. Oh, cheers, dude. Mike Pizzella, brownies with ranch is good. Okay, cool. AR Crystal Palace 2, Liverpool 1. Grav headed back into the 6-yard block for the first goal. Frimpong did Marcus man for the second, conceded. We're not playing good. No, we're not at all. We're not at all, mate. Like I said, I didn't think Kirkes' contribution to that second goal was exactly brilliant either. I understand we're top of league and all competitions. We need to play better in games. Need quick, fast, aggressive wild duels, 50-50, better in set pieces and ruthless on goal. Yep, totally agreed. Galatasaray versus Liverpool and Chelsea versus Liverpool. We need better performance. We need identity. We need a system and play better. Some of our players not performing well. You'll never walk alone. We are leaking goals for fun. Yes, yes, they are. We definitely are. Definitely. This is why I was arguing. I would actually bring Gomez in. I think Ibu needs to be taken out for a little bit. And if it's not Gomez, look, I know a lot of people don't agree with me on this. I'd play Endo. I have no problem with Endo being centre back. I can only ever think of a couple of times Endo has done something stupid that have led to goals in 2 years since he's been here, so that I would be absolutely fine with him. I mean, he's been here for two in a getting on for a quarter seasons, and other than a couple of times, he never lets us down. So if it has to be Endo for a bit, that's absolutely fine with me. Swig of water for the working man. Just spilled water all over myself. Wow, this has been a good pod. This has been a very good live stream, folks, today. Like I said, thanks everyone for watching this afternoon. I am really sorry about the start to this. So if you've only just clicked in, basically you've got a tour of my house because I hadn't actually prepared my selfie stand. I hadn't got any drinks ready. There was stuff all over the floor, so it was a bit of a shambles, to be completely honest. So yeah, thanks for sticking with me on that one. Just in terms of, I think that's probably it from my end. I'm just trying to think if there's been any more Liverpool related news. So now we've covered obviously the Newcastle match, the Palace match. Like I said, the lads have just finished training, so they'll be flying, I think it's in about an hour, a couple of hours, something like that. I don't know how long the flight to Turkey takes. About 3 or 4 hours. Arna's, in fact, yeah, they might have gone already, or maybe it's. Actually, I wonder when they are going. Maybe it's going to be later on this evening because Arna's apparently due at 7. So I mean, it's going to have to be a very quick flight to Turkey because I mean, Turkey's going to be at least 4 hours. So you're talking that's. They might just have time. That seems a bit of a quick turnaround, actually. Either way, look, I'll be not back, but I'll do like a couple of shorts about the Arne Slot press conference a little bit later. Like I said, I hopefully he'll be having some good news about Chiesa because, like I said, guys, I am fully I'm fully team Chiesa now. I would very much like him to start tomorrow, but we'll have to wait and see. Basically, in terms of just very quickly live reaction. Just to say, I won't be doing a live reaction after the game tomorrow because I'm watching the game with my family basically, and where we are, there's no way I'd be able to do like a live stream at the house where we're going to go and watch it. I mean, I could, but unless you want to see a load of people like throwing beers in the air and this, that, and well, maybe you do. I don't know, but I don't think YouTube would like me to broadcast something on them lines. So. Yeah, the live reaction to the Galatasaray match will be around this time on Wednesday, I think. Just leave that one with me because I'm not totally sure what I'm doing on Wednesday. So I've got a couple of bits and pieces that I need to do. The Chelsea reaction should theoretically be about 11 o'clock on Saturday night. Purely for the reason, again, that I think I'm going to see the game. I'm not sure if I am seeing it with people, but I might be in a position to go and see it out, basically. If it turns out that Liverpool win and I'm enjoying my night, shall we say, it may have to be rescheduled till Sunday, if you follow my meaning, basically. No, it should be on Saturday night about 11 o'clock, but I'll confirm on the Saturday night for you. And then, yeah, it's the international break. Yay. Very, very quickly, actually. So, obviously, most of you are Liverpool fans following this. Oh, let me just read this from AR. When we're going to catch up for a coffee, genuine person and down to earth, we have something in common in regards to Liverpool. Bye. Yeah, I'll, sorry, AR, I've literally got you in a book, right? I've got, I haven't got the book with me, but I've literally got a task list of you're talking 50 to 60 things, so you are on there, dude. Yeah, that'll be good to do, mate, at some point. Just leave it with me at the minute, because I've got a lot of I won't go into personal stuff, but I've got a lot of outside stuff going on at the minute, which is like meaning that I can barely even see my own mother at the minute, much less any other people. Yeah, just leave it with us, mate. Leave it with us. Like I said, I'm in your town most of the times anyway. So if you're ever in town, yeah, I can give you a shout, mate. But just leave it with us because, like I said, I've got one or two complicated things going on at the minute, which I will tell you guys more about in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So yeah. In terms of what was I going to tell you guys about? I've completely forgot. Oh yeah, so obviously the international breaks come out. I just wanted to shout out to my. Let me get my thing. Okay, just want to give a shout out to these guys. I don't know if you can see. That's my Ghana pendant. That's what my bought me from. Just wanted to say very good luck to the Black Stars, Ghana. I might even do a thing about that next week. But basically, if Ghana beat, I think it's Central Republic that we're playing next, basically they qualify for the World Cup. So whilst the rest of you are going, oh, boring England matches, boo, and this, that, and the other, and we're bored, we've got nothing to watch, I am going to be stressed AF next week because yeah, Ghana could get to the World Cup finals again, which is like, obviously I know like countries like England, Germany, France, and Spain are just like, yeah, whatever. This is like massive for Ghana and Ghanaians, so just very best of luck to the Black Stars. No injuries this weekend, please, to Semenyo or Kudus or anyone else of that for that matter. So yeah, hopefully, yeah, my country will be in the World Cup hopefully in about 10 days' time. Fingers crossed. So, yeah, good luck to the Black Stars. That's probably about it, folks, for me. So thanks everyone for watching. Just to say what's coming up, I haven't got my schedule, so I'm gonna have to do this off the top of my head. Like I said, this will be on YouTube podcasts and YouTube video probably tomorrow, I would have thought. So it should be out just before the Galatasaray game. So if you want to use this as a bit of a preview while you walk into the pub or do whatever, it'll be available for you tomorrow. So yeah, like I said, if you do listen on YouTube podcast, I do apologise for the start to this because it was a bit of a shambles, to be honest. But yes, thank you for bearing with me. Yeah, in terms of stuff that's coming up, I will be on because I know quite a few of you crossover as wrestling fans. I will be covering Monday Night Raw tonight from 2:30 in the morning. That's when the live reaction will be to Monday Night Raw. So yeah, that'll be like 2:30 in the morning, basically, which is not for another 12 hours. So yeah, I better go and get some coffee. After that, I will be on for the Liverpool live reaction against Galatasaray, but not on the Tuesday night. It will be on the Wednesday sort of afternoon. After that, it will be AEW Dynamite for AEW people on. It'll be 9:30 Thursday morning for that one. Friday is Toy Shorts night, as it always is. This weekend as well. I've got my vlog of when I went to see the Disney store in London. So if you're into Marvel and Star Wars, basically, you can check that out. Filmed it during the summer. It was really cool. So yeah, that'll be on, I think, 8 o'clock on Friday. It might be the Saturday. I forget which one it is. It's on my notifications. Just have a look. And then, as I say, the Chelsea match, I'll be on about 11 o'clock. That's usually when I do the late night SmackDown show. So the SmackDown show will have to, I might even have to cancel it just to do the Liverpool Chelsea thing. If I cancel the SmackDown one, it might be on the Sunday, because I don't usually do any live streaming on Sunday, but I might do that on Sunday afternoon. So yeah, the SmackDown one, if the ones of you tuning in for that. And thank you for everyone who tuned in. That was the best ever attendance that we had. I think we've just got close. We're getting close to 400. So that seems to be going down quite well. So thank you everyone for that. Yeah. So if I do one, it'll be about it'll be, what am I trying to say? It'll be sort of Sunday afternoon time. But just leave that one with us, and then I'll be back, I think, this time next week for more Liverpool reaction during the international break, which will hopefully give us some stuff to talk about with the Reds. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. if you guys could do me a favour, if you're subscribers, if you could, well, if you get chance, if you don't want to, that's fine, no pressure or anything. If you could give the Geekoween trailer a try, that would be very much appreciated. So I knocked together a trailer for what I'm doing for Geekoween, which is basically my name added with Halloween, for want of a better phrase. But yeah, I'm doing like a Halloween themed thing next month. So there's going to be lots of horror things. Like I said, I'm a huge horror fan. One of my playlists is Geek Boy Does Horror. So there's Geek Boy Does Wrestling, Geek Boy Does Liverpool FC, obviously Geek Boy Does Comic Cons, Toy Hunts, Pride, and so on and so forth. But one of my main things is horror. I absolutely love horror. So I will be going to, off the top of my head, Barnsley Comic Con on October the 5th, Leeds Gothica on October the 18th. It's Sheffield Comic Con, sorry, on October the 5th. Barnsley Comic Con is October the 19th, so that'll be the day after the Leeds Gothica at Kirkgate Market, for those of you who know Leeds. I will also be watching Chainsaw Man at some point, because that's coming out. I'm going to do a review for Predator Badlands. I'm going to go to see The Black Phone as well, so I'll probably be doing reviews for that for the podcast that I do on movies. And what else am I doing? At Leeds Light Night, I'll be going to probably on the Friday, not the Thursday. Day after that, I'll be going to Hull Horror Fest, which will be pretty cool. And yeah, so it's a whole like Halloweeny stuff, and I might do a watch along of a horror film as well on Halloween, because I think Halloween's actually on Friday this year, which is pretty cool. But yeah, if you're not interested in any of that and you're just here for Liverpool, just ignore what I've just said. But yeah, if you guys want to watch the trailer and post it, that'd be really cool. If not, like I said, don't worry about it. Entirely up to you. Cool. Right, I'm gonna let you guys get on with your afternoon. Thanks everyone for watching. Like I said, many apologies about the start of the show today. It was shambolic. I do apologise, but I just wanted to make sure I was on time. So yeah, it will be a lot better produced and maintained this evening. So yeah, cool, nice one. Up the Reds. Hopefully we'll get the 3 points against Galatasaray, and hopefully when I see you on Saturday night as well, we've beaten Chelsea. Fingers crossed. Yeah, good luck, boys. Right, thanks everyone. Have a great day, and I will see some of you for Monday Night Raw tonight at 2:30 in the morning. By the way, just before I go, any of you who are wrestling fans, don't get caught out like me. Monday Night Raw does not finish at 3:30. It will be finishing at around 2:30. It starts at 12 o'clock UK time, not the 1 o'clock that I got confused with for the last two shows. Cool. Nice one. I'll see you for all, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.